Every year, members of the College of American Pathologists conduct congressional laboratory tours across America through our grassroots program called the Pathology Advocacy Network, or PathNET. Since the program started in 2000, more than 300 pathologists have hosted their representatives and senators on a laboratory tour. In planning a laboratory tour, it is important to remember a few facts. First, CAP staff will assist you every step of the way and answer any questions you have. Second, when you are scheduling a laboratory tour, it's best to have a range of dates from which to choose. The best dates are those during a congressional district work period or recess, when lawmakers are back in their districts. CAP staff can provide you with those dates. Finally, you will need to send a written invitation to the Member of Congress on your letterhead. This tells the Member of Congress staff that the tour will take place in their district. CAP staff will provide you with a draft letter. Once the date of the tour has been finalized, be sure to map out a route for the tour. CAP staff will provide a sample tour agenda and will brief you on CAP's current legislative priorities. We also recommend that you rehearse the day before by having your colleagues ask you potential questions. When the Member of Congress arrives, greet him or her at the front entrance of your facility and introduce them to any staff present. Next, give them a brief overview of the planned tour and a general description of your facility. During the tour, you should try to make members of Congress feel that they are a part of the lab team by offering them a lab coat to wear. Also, it is important to encourage the member to talk with laboratory staff to get a feel for what happens with a specimen when it is examined. Members of Congress should also be given a hands-on demonstration of the equipment used to aid pathologists in giving an accurate diagnosis. This includes a close-up view through a microscope to see what a pathologist sees when determining a diagnosis.
This would be a scraping from a woman's cervix. And this here is a different sample. This is a tissue processed in Kerry's lab.
Yeah.
It's a surgical path tissue biopsy.
Right.
That then is processed in the wax.
Right.
And then cut as a thin section and then stained with the pink.
As part of the lab tour, CAP staff will work closely with your lab and the Member of Congress office to determine whether local media should be informed of the tour. If your lab and the Member of Congress office have approved media coverage, the Federal Affairs staff at the CAP will coordinate sending out a press release and a media advisory announcing the Member of Congress visit. Here's an example of how press releases and media advisories can sometimes generate local media coverage.
Good evening. Thanks for tuning in.
When we come back, we'll have a look at today's top stories.
I think it's important to get out and try to learn as much as you can, not just as a consumer of healthcare as I am, but also as someone who will have a chance to vote on healthcare legislation. Hopefully I'll have a little more informed opinion when I cast that vote.
About the healthcare bill that recently passed the Congress, because it puts government more involved in healthcare, and I thought it would be important to come and visit this laboratory because
Laboratory tours normally last an hour. The hosting pathologist gives a packet of information to the Member of Congress staff that provides details about the College of American Pathologists and the specific issues of interest to pathologists. Also, please remember to send a thank you letter, handwritten is best, to the Member of Congress office, expressing appreciation for their tour of your laboratory.